Okay, so here we are with part two of the phrasing is everything video, and this so what I gathered last time. This is a married couple. I gathered that I think they have at least one or two kids together. They're married, maybe 10 years, I think, like that. And yeah, we're just gonna let this part two play, and I'll go ahead and give my personal opinion afterwards.
I did not realize that after having children, after, career changes, all of the turbulences that we've been through in life, that was going to have a direct effect on my sex drive.
That's fair.
And me not knowing that, if I knew it then, I probably would have rethought, what I was going to do when it came to marriage and monogamy.
And that is fair. And this is why I like to have this discussion, and I think we should have this discussion, because people look at us and say, oh, relationship goals, right? Marriage goals. They don't know what is being discussed behind closed doors, right? So, for example, one of the things that I have deduced through being married to you for a long period of time is this, and this is not about a woman thing. This is about me and you. I learned that you were never taught what it entails to be with someone in a monogamous relation. The same way
No.
I was never taught that.
Right.
So what happens is that we both have expectations of what we think it's going to be like.
Of course.
And then the minute it's not like that, we start to project our issues that we have with that on each other. So you get mad at me,
who else we gonna
and I
project
get
it
mad
on?
at you. So the problem is not so much the reality of what happens, is that we all have this ideal of what it's supposed to be like. And I'm going to give you an example. As a man, right, from 18 to 22, we had sex routinely, like all the time.
Yes.
That was it, right? Once we moved into together and we were living together in our own house in Michigan, sex started to slow down. This was before kids. This was before marriage. This was before you was working. This was before any stresses, period.
Right.
This was just your sex just started to slow down.
Right.
And
but also, too, 18 to 22 was like college. It was my first time out of my parents' house.
Right.
We were living in this utopia that was college
Right.
life. And also, too, what was the other thing that I was going to say? So distance. We had distance.
Yes, we had distance.
So there was time for us to miss each other and be like,
Absolutely.
oh, I can't wait to see you again. And when we do
That's
see
what
each
I was
other,
getting to.
yeah, okay, sorry.
So once we started to move in together,
Right.
and you see the same person every single night, the distance that we had when we were in college and I was traveling and we were doing different things, that distance allows time for you to kind of reboot your sex drive.
Yes.
For me, I don't necessarily have to reboot my sex drive. The minute I see you, I want to have sex. So when we were missing each other, it seemed normal that we had sex all the time. But then when we think about it, we really wasn't having sex all the time because we didn't see each other all the time.
Right.
Then when we moved in together and we see each other every day, every time I want to have sex, I look to you. It became overwhelming. So, and the reason why I say that is because the conversation starts to happen was, why do men fear marriage? Why do men fear marriage? And I'm going to explain this so that everybody can understand this. When you're a young man, and you talk to your friends who are married about getting married, the first thing they do is say, take your time. Right? They don't ever explain why, because men aren't vocal. We don't discuss these things. We're not emotional. All they'll say is, take your time. You got time for that. You sure you want to do this? And they're like, yeah. You sure? And they're like, shit gonna change. And then you're like, what does that mean? Oh, don't worry about it. Shit gonna change. So no one really tells you as a man neither what exactly is going to change and how it's going to change and why it's changing. But I've learned over years why it's changed and how it's changed. So as a man, you start to realize, like, you know what? We are not just wired differently mentally. Physically, we are wired differently. She can't take everything that you want to give her all the time. But since no one tells you that, you just expect that this woman who wants me to be loyal to her, monogamous to her, is going to want to have sex every time I want to have sex. And it's not until you move in with a woman and you live with her all the time do you realize that she can't do that. You see what I'm saying? So not only are women not being taught what it's like to be in a monogamous relationship, young men are not being taught what it's like to be in a monogamous relationship. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I understand completely, because I experience the same thing, and that's why I'm grateful for platforms like this, or just our generation of people who are speaking up and speaking out and speaking to each other about these things, because then maybe people will make more educated decisions about whether or not they do want to be married, or they do want to be in a monogamous relationship, or what actually is involved in that. And the crazy thing about marriage is that one of the things you always hear is like, you gotta compromise. But like, what happens when one party feels like they're compromising more than the other, or one person feels like they're sacrificing more than the other, then that becomes an issue, because a lot of times we try to meet each other halfway, but you still feel like you're ending up with the short end of the stick. And it just made me too, because you literally have a bigger sex drive than me. And for me, it just takes way more to get me to a point sometimes where I'm even willing to do that. Like, back to your story, it was like, damn, I know I promised him. I promised him some ass tonight. And I was like, damn, I can't not do this, but I want to go to sleep. Like, I really just want to wash my face and go to sleep, but I don't want to disappoint him. So there I felt like, you know what, let me try to do something to genuinely get myself in the mood, or with some assistance.
So this is what she did, y'all. This is what she did, the ponytail. This is what she felt like. Now, here's another thing, too, and let's be fair. I'm willing to compromise, right?
Yes,
am I not?
You are willing to compromise.
We don't have sex every day. We don't have sex. In college, we used to have sex 2 times a day. You know, we see each other. We was like rabbits, right? I compromise, and I even said to you, I'm not going to push for when I want to have sex. I'm going to allow you to get back in the mood, and then when you come to me to have sex, because I want the sex to be enjoyable.
Facts, but it'd be a problem when me having to reset my sex clock be longer than you expect it to be.
No, listen.
And then that'd be a problem.
What I have figured out for myself is that marriage to me, because there were points in our marriage and I was like, yo, just seems selfish, and I don't know if I could exist in this. And then you start to weigh what's important to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's important? Like I said before, you're my best friend, and you're a business partner. You and I have not only developed a brand and developed a business model that works for you and I, and works for building a legacy for our kids, but we've built a friendship that I think would outlast anything, because when we were broke, especially after the NFL, you and I were still best friends, and we still found ways to enjoy life and enjoy each other during our harshest times. No money, we were struggling with our sex life, we had just had a child, we were struggling, but somehow through that, you and I found a way to create a great life. So for me, as a married man, it's like, all right, I'm going to have to make some adjustments in the things that I want as a man. And like you said, what do I think about my legacy, right? Why do I get married? What do men think of, what's the thought process? I know I wanted a lot of kids. I want boys and girls. I have 3 boys. I would like to have a daughter. That's part of the legacy I want to be. I want to be able to raise a daughter who's intelligent, who's beautiful, who has a lot of self-worth. I want to be able to give the world a young lady with those type of attributes. And I feel like we collectively can do that. So part of my legacy is not only just doing everything I can for myself or for us, but it's also in growing another productive member of society. And I want to do that to both a young man and a young woman. I have 3 boys and a young daughter. If that means I have to sacrifice other aspects of my life that may not seem perfect in what I expected, then I'm willing to do that. Because then I start to realize what I felt was perfect was only what was fed to me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I think that if people would have fed to me the reality of being in a monogamous relationship from young, I would have known what it was. Rather than
would you have still done it, or would you been like, I'm not
still doing it
now?
Yeah. I'm still doing it now.
Mean, you could have bailed, but you didn't.
You could have bailed.
And I could have bailed, for
sure.
So
we both made an active choice, continuously make an active choice to be here.
It's like,
because,
it's prioritizing.
It is prioritizing.
Okay. Oh, wait, hang on, let me turn up. Okay, so what I gathered from part 2 was this. What I gathered from part 2 is this. He had no example to teach him how to, be in a monogamous relationship. He had no example. So that pretty much tells you, raised by a single mother. Essentially, for whatever reason, maybe the father died or whatever the fuck, but he was raised by a single mother. See, so he had that handicap. Now, because she also voiced her side of it too, saying that she had nobody to show her. But see, the difference is she can get away with that. You see what I'm saying? Like, just because she is woman, she can get away with not knowing shit. But see, as a man, you can't get away with this. And So some more came out. I guess the guy was he played football. I guess he was at least a somewhat successful football player. I call success. Look, if you can afford to pay your bills, then I say you're a success. Doesn't matter. You don't have to be a billionaire, but I'd say if he played football and actually earned a paycheck doing it to where he can actually survive off of it, I'd say he was successful. So, but now small part goes to what I would talk about a long time ago. Yeah, sure. Like a man could be considered more like, desirable for whatever reason because he's tall, because he's handsome, because he's muscular, because he has money, whatever. But at the core, see, a man has so much more to keep up with to stay on top of shit. And that next factor was how that man plays that relationship. Now, I don't know their specific relationship because I don't know them personally. But 9 times out of 10, this case will break down like this. Okay, he doesn't know what to do. She's giving him pussy. And in the beginning, started out, all that made sense. They were separated, they had time apart. And when they came back, they were like fucking like rabbits. And then they would leave again and, be on their own road and they'd see each other because they knew they had that trust of being able to fuck each other. And then once they finally moved in, things changed. So I remember like my dad personally would tell me all the time, like he would always tell me, you never really know somebody until you move in with them. Like that's when you really get to know them. And so when they moved, so it sounds like to me, like from what he said earlier, he had no role model to tell him like pretty much anything about how to deal with a monogamous relationship. Like if it's just you and her kind of thing. So when they moved in, the fucking stopped, right? Now, it's not so much of how her sex drive would go down. That's the problem. It's how the man were to handle it in that time period. Because it sounds like, okay, so from part 1, I knew nothing about this, whoever these people were at all. But it sounds like, okay, so after I know more of the situation, he had some success. We don't know anything of what she did. I have no idea what she did in life. They get together, they fuck, they trust each other. She gets a little older. Now she's pushing marriage on him. Remember from part 1, you wanted to move in, we moved in. You wanted to get engaged, we got engaged. You want to be married within a year, we got married within a year. So she was she was leading. But the thing is, like they got together because he said they got together like at 22, 23. So they got together in the age where she was really the leader. Okay, if you put a 22-year-old woman against a 22-year-old man, that woman has infinitely more options than that 22-year-old man's going to have. And so she was the leader, okay? And it's clear because of how it comes out, how they got married, the time frame, blah, blah, blah. That was the mistake. That was where the order was off and why. Okay, as an example, she stopped fucking him, right? And she's like, oh, now I owe him some ass and blah, 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 and all that. She goes into that rant, right? Now, see, it's how he would have played it. Like, had he communicated that he wanted some ass, and she's like, sluggish, or she's not into it, okay, don't say nothing. Just go to bed, just go to sleep, and then just come home late 2 hours the next day. Now, you don't gotta actually go fuck a bitch, but just come home 2 or 3 hours late the next day. Just to get her, because what do I always say in older videos? Women will learn how to act. See, it's not really about the sex. It's really she just lost interest in the motherfucker. Let's just keep it 1,000% real. It wasn't really the sex drive. She got tired of fucking him. She got tired of fucking him out of personal enjoyment. It was never about his pleasure. It was about her enjoyment. You see, that's how that happens. Why? Oh, I lost my sex drive plummeted. Blah blah. No, she got tired of fucking him. Let's just be just like with Will and Jada. It was she doesn't have any less respect for him as I don't think she has lesser respect for him as a partner. No less than what she already had. I don't think that changed. But the core thing is she simply got tired of fucking him. If it meant fucking him for her personal enjoyment. That was the issue. So, as the man, you want to fuck her. See, because at the end, because the reality of this balance is this. The woman is not the prize. Sexually, spousally wise, the woman is not the prize. But I know, America, I get it. we're raised to believe that the woman is the prize. So like it's a gift for her to have sex with me, and that's another way where the order is completely fucking wrong. It is a gift. Okay, she should have been happy that he still wanted to fuck her. You see, that whole balance was just off. the whole balance was off. What's been off from the time of how she made an ultimatum to get married in a certain period of time. The whole power balance. Now she knows this. Don't get that twisted. She knows what I'm saying is true. Any woman watching this knows what I'm saying is true. Okay, but usually he'll be the one to fight me on it. She knows exactly everything I'm saying is true. She got tired of fucking him. She was the sexual gift. Oh, now I just want to just watch my face go to sleep, but now I gotta fuck him. Like I'm the gift type of thing. So once that balance it's been over. That balance is just shifted to where it's everybody's like I said before, people are just going to be frustrated. Nobody's going to know where to go when all the balance is on her. Like I said, if you want to get that power balance back, remember this: woman's currency is attention. It's not the sex; it's the attention. Once she felt that your attention went off into somebody else or something else, and you stop caring as much, and you go off somewhere else. Oh, I like the way this light is built. It's just the foundation is just so great. And once she feels that your attention, see, I bet she would learn how to fuck then. She would learn how to fuck then. How much I would bet $1,000 to a donut. She would have learned how to fuck it. You know what? The architecture on this iPhone, God, it's just so. And you just spend the next week just focusing and marveling at it, and she's getting no attention. And then she starts seeing other women get attention about, oh, you know what? The architecture of these AirPods, they're just, it's just amazing. The architecture is just, and you just, another woman would definitely work, but it doesn't have to be a woman. You got to shift that attention to something else. I still care about her, whatever the fuck like that, but your primary attention is gone to something else. I guarantee you, she would learn how to bust that asshole before and then. I promise you, I will bet you $1,000 to a fucking cornflake. She would have plop, spread them cheeks open, and beg him to come fuck her. I guarantee you, that's how it works, man. But yeah, the leadership role in this is just really and the thing is that because it seems like they both do have like decent cores. And they're sticking together because they got kids. So that is a positive. But like I said, the female, like if she were to hear me talk, she knows what I'm saying is true. She knows everything that I'm saying is true. And the thing is, she's even slightly frustrated because he's just not taking a dominant role and stance in a relationship. Because like as men, it's what we do as men. As men, we naturally want things to be, truly equal. Not like, feminism equal. Feminism equal is like we want all the benefits with no consequences from both sides. But males, we always are looking out to make sure other people are taken care of. Like it literally like hurts our souls when we figure out that like, we're not doing something equal to somebody. Like it literally like hurts us for real. But like women, they don't give a fuck about that shit. So in doing that, women, they scream they want to be treated equal and all this shit like that, but they really don't like that shit, man. Like they really don't like. And the thing is, see, okay, now she's like 34 or something like that. She has kids and she has a man. So now it's like, okay, I've got this, I got this image with my friends and family. I got this and that. So now I'm pretty much stuck. Okay, let's just be 1,000% real. And that's where most women find themselves if they're lucky enough to have a man by the time they're mid-30s. That's where they're going to be. They're just stuck because she knows the reality. Every year there's a newer, younger, tighter girl coming out, and every year that man that she's with is growing more wiser. He's learning more things. He's learning how to deal with more things. He's become more comfortable in his skin as a man. So every year, like she knows that she is always on the lookout for that next younger thing to come take him from her. Even though she doesn't respect him, I don't think she respects him at like how she wants to respect him. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't think she doesn't have that respect for him. I think that she's there. you know, situations like this, maybe not them specifically, but situations like this, like the woman, she'll be there, she'll try, but see that a part of that respect just isn't there. And see, when you can tell when a woman is respecting a man, because she damn near just lives off everything he says. Okay, like for example, like when that asshole dude comes to deal with a woman, that asshole dude can fucking shit his pants, and that girl will come up and clean his pants out. See, like they'll pretty much live off of what the man said. When she truly respects you, oh, she'll sit around you and live off everything you say, kind of thing. And it's not there. And like I said, the order's off. That whole order of who is in lead, she ended up with too much of it on accident. Like I said, they both were young, but the thing is, she can get away with that. Woman can get away with being young and dumb, don't know nothing. She just wants a ride and, you know, wants some guy to fuck and, you know, some guy to bring home to Christmas. That's all she cares. Woman can get, as long as she has a decent hip to waist ratio and she took a bath, she don't got to know a whole lot, because a man will just come up and just take care of her for her, give her something for free, blah, blah, you know, that type of shit. Where see, like as a man, the hard part is for us, man. Man is just supposed to know. That's it. We're supposed to know. But the thing is, I mean, and from his background, or what it sounds like his background came from, he was raised by a single mother. Okay, now let's break this down. If I had to guess, most cases, especially nowadays, these guys are being raised by single mothers. Especially because I could tell, like, you know, how soft and sensitive he is with her. Like, well, I'm not allowed to do that. Yeah, see, that's that feminine energy in him. So I'm not. Maybe I could be wrong. But if I had to guess, that's single mother shit. But so when a little girl's being raised by a single mother, girls can get away with being stupid. They can get away with not really knowing, talking themselves in the circles so they don't, you know, they just sound like fucking morons. Because somebody's still going to want to fuck them at the end of the day. Whereas, see, guys, we have to learn pretty much through pain and getting fucked up in the world. Okay, perfect example from this interview. His sex drive was so crazy over her. You see what I'm saying? Now, they were young. They didn't see it. But that is the first huge fucking mistake, is for her to know that your sex drive is like crazy for her. Because, see, that's giving her power. That's putting her in the lead. See, that's why she felt comfortable setting him up with ultimatums. You want to move in? You moved in. Yeah. You want to know why she felt comfortable doing that? Because she knew that she had power over him just because her existence walking in that room as woman. That's why she would feel comfortable doing it at the core. Fuck all the drama and all that shit that went along the way. At the core, that's why she didn't go out and do it with Tom Hardy. Or, you know what I'm saying? Antonio Davis, one of them motherfuckers. That's why she set up with him and did it, because she knew she can pull that with him. You see what I'm saying? So, but yeah, back to the sex drive part. See, the more it's like the more times we fuck different girls, the more stoic we become, because we grow to a point where we fucked every kind of woman we wanted, so we get it. Like we get, okay, it's like you're just another one. See, that's what makes us sexy. That's what makes us that's what makes women naturally want to respect us, when they look at us and they can tell we have fucked thousands of bitches in the past. That's what makes them like naturally want to respect. Because see, like with women, it's about quantity. With women, quantity. It's about like the status, how many friends you got. It's the quantity. See, that's the value. And so since women like that, they, like a lot of women, they'll try to live up to that same standard, thinking it'll attract a man, but it just makes them a whore. But you see, from where he was speaking on earlier, how, yeah, she was my number one, all my sex drive. I had a high sex drive for you. When I see you, I just want to fuck you. See, all of that, man. All of that is the wrong direction. You got, it's like Patrice O'Neal went on about this, man. You always have to keep her on her toes to be like mixed up and confused and not really knowing. That's how you gonna keep her acting right. Because there was one Patrice O'Neal, like it was a show where he said him and his girl comes to him and says, well, I really don't know where we are, what we doing. And he was like, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Because see, now he's in the lead. And there is not a woman on planet Earth who's perfect example. Perfect example. There is not a woman on planet Earth whose vagina will get wet after knowing she has to lead a man. There is not one vagina on planet Earth that can get wet for that. That can naturally, unless she's figured out, oh, okay, it's my job because I'm trying to keep some shit together, type of shit like that. She'll do it then. But like, there's not a woman who like personally gets aroused after finding out that a man, like, you know, is dependent on her. See, like that. Well, at this point, they've been married 10 years. So, like, this is just, I mean, they've got to pretty much deal with it at least till the kids get older. But, yeah, that whole power shit is just off, man. And the thing is, he's, guys in this position, they're going to spend at least the rest of their time with that woman, always confused, always frustrated. Why are you coming back? What are you doing? What are you doing? They're going to be like that. That's sad. That's sad, man. Guys who end up when that power has switched over to her, you will never find peace with that shit, man. You will never, if you're waiting on her to text you back, if you're waiting on her to call, just block her. Because women know when you text them, call them, they know when you want to fuck them, they know. So like, either A, she's going to fall in line and do whatever you want to do because she's like truly following your lead, or B, there's a possibility maybe she's like, you know, at work or something like that and her phone's on silent, but she'll let you know. That's my girl calling me right now. But she'll let you know immediately, like, hey, sorry, blah blah blah, da, 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 and you know, and she'll like immediately feel a need to explain herself, type of shit. But anything else other than that, man, like, you know, she's sitting up, like you see her online on Facebook or WhatsApp or whatever the fuck, and she ain't wrote you back. Don't fuck with that shit, because that man, no. Personally speaking, you can save it, but it's just not really gonna be worth it, in my honest opinion. Cases like this, he's already gone too far, so he might as well just, you know, deal with it until, you know, at least so the kids get older. Real deal, because like I can see like the look in her eye, like he's kind of like at least in this, see he's got that feminine energy, like I'm not allowed to blah 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 da da da, and she's got this like damn near combative look in her fucking eye the whole time. Like let's hear it.
To a point sometimes where I'm even willing to do that. Like, back to your story, it was like, damn, I know I promised him some ass tonight. And I was like, damn, I can't not do this, but I want to go to sleep. Like, I really just want to wash my face and go to sleep. But I don't.
And you know what? And see, the thing is, I don't know what her name is. The thing is, he knew that. He knew you really didn't want to fuck him for real. It wasn't just you. He knew. Because he remembers the days when he was getting ready to fuck you, you jumped out of bed to come hop on his dick. He remembers that shit. He knew it. But see that's what I'm saying. See, like, but see, also, she knew that she was now the gift. The gift. She knew she was the gift at this point. Like, the gift in order to keep getting whatever it is she was wanting at the time to get out of him, type of shit. That's what it was. Like, at that, like, okay, I'll tell you this much, man. First off, I wouldn't even date a woman like now. I would, because okay, quick story. I didn't even know Tinder was still on my phone, right? So I got to scrolling through apps and I seen, so I went in it, and the first fucking profile I seen was this woman who's like 34, and she was like, well, the pictures could have been old, I don't know, but she was a great look. I mean, these European girls, all of them look good, but she was like a great looking girl, and off the bat, she's writing in English. And it's just demand after demand. Like, bitch, you are 34 and on Tinder. But that entitlement, man, like, that's a whole nother conversation, man. That's a whole other conversation. But anyway, man, but yeah, no, because I can tell by the look in her eye and how she's talking, just like the speed and like, not anger, but I'm sorry, I don't know the proper word. But it's like the speed and anger in her replies. No, like that is a bad sign from the start. That is not submissive feminine shit. This is like, you exist with her type. You in her mind, like, you really exist underneath her for real. Like, and no matter what you do, unless you just like a for real bad boy type shit, you gonna exist completely underneath her. That is aloof. In my book, no. Unless I was trying to get a green card or some shit like that. No. And even then, with something like that, no, you can still find you a submissive girl. You just need a green card. No. This is her talk.
Disappoint him. So there I felt like, you know what? Let me try to do something to genuinely get myself in the mood, or with some assistance.
So this is what she did, y'all. This is what she did, the ponytail.
And yeah, got you sitting up with a ponytail. Got you sitting up, bruh, she got you sitting up with a fucking point, and you proud to show motherfuckers that she got you. I mean, hey, I'm not trying to make funny. You made fun of yourself by doing that. I'm not even trying to.
Oh, like, now here's another thing too, and let's be fair. I'm willing to compromise, right?
Yes,
am I not?
You are willing to.
Oh, we all know that. We all know you want to compromise. I want to get married. I want to move in. You can move in. Yeah, we know that. She knew that, bruh. She's not stupid. Like she. Okay, let me tell you something. These women can read guys like you from 15 miles off, and they knew what you was gonna be or what they can get away with. Generally speaking, these girls, like, she's not dumb. She knew when she was 18 what you was gonna be. She knew she had you on lockdown. She knew it. She knew it. She's not. See, this is another situation that I find. See, like, in situations like this, guys tend to think that women are slower and behind. In certain contexts like this, like, they think that women don't, like, they really don't know what they're doing and all types of shit. No, bro, it's the other way around. They know what they're doing so well that you can't even recognize that they know what they're doing. With little, situate, like, no, girls are not stupid. When it comes to this shit, when it comes to manipulating people and men and shit like that, they know what they're doing. Okay, they are not dumb. Like I said in a video a while back, what they're dumb at is strategic thinking and leadership in their own survival. That's where they are dumb. But when it comes to, like, reading people, no. When it comes to like people, they knew it. See, this is why I don't feel sorry for women who get beat up by men and shit like that. It's because she knew it. She knew that was gonna happen. Like, women, they know these things. They know it for real. They just may not try to, like, accept it. But they know. This is why I don't feel sorry for that shit. I don't feel sorry for when women get in relationships with men and they get beat up and all shit like that. Because she knew it. She knew it. She knew it would get to that point at some point, and then try to play the victim later on. This is why I don't feel sorry for women in these boats. Women, like I said, where they're dumb at is strategic thinking for their survival in life. That's where they suffer at. You go to, like, a single woman's apartment, and you could tell she's a single woman. Like, shit's just fucked up. Like, I remember when I was in Ukraine, I went to this girl's flat. I didn't fuck her because she was just fucked up. She wasn't fucked up looking, but she was just the girl. I think I told you guys in that live stream. She, like, everybody's losing their job. She lost her job, but her flat was just like God. The second I walked into her flat, I said, "You need a man." Like, it's really backwards. It's really like the other way how like media tries to portray men and, like, oh, it needs a woman's touch. Like, no, like, go see some of these single women's flats. Like, they are fucking atrocious. Like, just disgusting. Like, you don't even want to sit down. For real. Anyway, man, I'm out of here because we do got some important business to tend to. So I'm out of here anyway. You guys have a good day, and bye.